Hello guys. So I was planning to do this video for a long time, but only today I decided to make it happen, and actually I did it already. Sorry, I need to put this one on. I finally have mic set, so I'll put the mics on. The story is really interesting, and I hope you can hear me well. I hope you can hear me well. I hope you can hear me better. So, story is really interesting because I was planning to tell you this about the table, about my table, already a long time ago, but I didn't know how to start it, and actually I was planning to make it a little bit longer and tell you a little bit more about how all that happened. So first of all, I'm testing a new thermos it's one of my wife's presents, because she knows that I like to take tea with me to my projects, and I like when I have a tea, I want to have it a lot. So I don't want just a small thermos which is going to be like half liter. So this is 1.2 liters thermos, really cool. So I'm really happy that I have this kind of present. Well, it's an apple cinnamon tea. So first of all, I will start the story like that. I believe that we are all capable of so many things what we don't even know and we don't understand, and sometimes we won't be able actually to see what we are capable if we won't make any big changes in our life. So, and how I see that you have to make at least 3 big turning points in your life. So the first turning point for me was when I met my wife. So I was in relationships, she was in relationships as well, but when I met my wife, it turned my life absolutely upside down, because this was the person which absolutely changed me for 360 degrees. She motivated me, and she was the only person in my life that actually, she believed in me, and she actually saw something more than everybody else. And she gave me so much credit already when we met first time. I was nothing, I was no one. I was just a guy who was working on a ship, and she was actually my boss. But I will tell that story one day as well, but it's a really interesting, it's a magic story. So she got pregnant and we moved to England. So I believe that was the first, like, my turning point, where I actually pushed myself away from my home country, away from everybody I know, a new place. It was hard because before I was working as a sous chef and she was a manager on a big ship. So we was making around 7,000 euros together. So, and that's on a ship. When you are at home, basically you don't need to pay for anything. Even traveling to the work, they pay you. So we decided that of course, when you are pregnant, you can't work on a ship. We need to move. We decided to move to England, and shortly I can tell you like that. When I moved here, I understood that this is absolutely not what I was expecting, and it took me about 4 really hard years to actually start to make some money. We were struggling really badly. I was making really small money, and not even close, not even 1/3 of the money what I was making before. But again, that just shows you what I want to tell is that when you put yourself in a different positions, in a survival mode, it actually wakes up who you are and what you are able or capable to do. To survive, to provide, and to basically set up for yourself and for your beloved ones a better life. So it took big chunk of my nerves, and I got bald hair already on my head, and but we set up our stuff. We started to do so. I started to do my own thing, and actually we was living all overall very good. But then we decided, so that was one first turning point in my life when I moved to a different country from Latvia to England. So I already showed myself that I can actually integrate in an absolutely different country. From a factory job, I can slowly do something more and start to build like even my own thing. And for me, that was big. So I proved myself that I'm not actually that bad person, and I'm not that like in the childhood I've been told that you will never become anyone and you are basically no one, because I grew up without the parents, and that's a different story. So but like I said, I believe that every person needs at least 3 or even 4 those turning points when actually he is like seeking for something new, for some kind of changes. And then we got tired. We got tired here, and Dominic was about 7 years old, and we decided that we need to take a break, and we moved to Turkey for 1 year. So basically, that was the next point. That was a second point, turning point in my life, that actually moved to the Muslim country, and I proved myself that I can live there as well. In 2 or 3 months, I opened my arm wrestling team. I bought tables, I bought equipment, I put together a bunch of the people. You can check Alanya Arm Wrestling on the Instagram. You will see how from zero I built that club, and how actually cool it was. And I was building my club exactly the same time when Engin Terzi was opening East versus West. I had different plans. I had many plans there, but just because that, let's say, East versus West was so active then some of my stuff didn't work out, but it's fine. So basically, I believe in my life, everything happens for the reason. So, that was basically turning point number 2 when I moved to the Turkey, and I understood that I can easily set up my life away from England. I was still having my some business of landscaping going on in London, near London, and I was coming here to work, and actually I was providing myself. For 1 year I was living there. I wasn't working in Turkey. We was renting 4-bedroom flat, more than 100 square meters big flat, in a 5th floor, with a huge pool and a mountain view, literally like 200 square meters from the beach. Everywhere palm trees, everywhere banana palms and fruits and food, and you can't even imagine how good life was there. But even that kind of life becomes boring, and I understood that I want to come back. I want to work, because my business is here, my stuff, what I'm doing is here. My son born here, he likes to be here. He is missing his friends. He don't want to go in a Turkish school because he's English. He thinks he's English. Actually, he's Latvian, but let's say he's English. He born here, and so basically we decided to make everyone happy. I took my dogs. We had dogs. We have dogs with us, and we met new dogs there. So I took all my dogs and moved back. And I can tell that was already third turn point in my life, that I understood that I'm capable of anything. I moved back and forward to the Turkey and back. So basically 2 moves in a little bit more than 1 year, with all stuff and starting from the zero. I came back, I didn't have nothing here. I came here 1 week before my wife traveled here, and I found a house, and this is the house where I'm living now. I rented the house, and after that we built this building where I have my gym, and I'm still renting the property. We are not owners. and we did refurbishment of the house from our pocket because landlord wasn't ready to do anything of that, but I didn't want my family to to live in that kind of environment. So we are doing everything for ourselves, and I'm not asking any help for anyone, from anyone, even from landlord, because he's not ready to cover anything. He said, if you don't like it, you can go elsewhere. So I understood that no one is going to do anything for me. If I want to live in rubbish, I'm going to live in rubbish. If I want to live in a good place, I need to do it myself. So we set up this place for ourselves. And if in case we need to go one day, we're going to leave all this behind. Whatever. Life is too short. I believe life is too short to actually be attached to the things, to the buildings, or my life now runs like a speed train. Every day, for me, in my understanding, it's about 4 or 5 hours. That's it. The day is gone so quickly. When I was a kid, then the time was running absolutely in different speed. So I understand that you're now thinking, why this long story? But I was planning to add a little bit, to not telling just the story about the arm wrestling table. But story is about the table which actually changed me. The table which was with me, and it's still with me, and you can see it in front of me. And when I set it up, the club in Turkey, I bought equipment, I bought pulley systems, I bought loads of stuff. I bought that this pronation machine, which you know what I have, and I got a couple people who knew people again in Istanbul, and I got the phone numbers. I started to call everyone and I was asking, can you get me an arm wrestling tables? And he sent me one table that was black and red. So the half black, half red, one pad black, one red. And then I said, do you have any more? He said, yes, I have one competition table. Do you want a competition table? I said, of course I want a competition table. I said, from what competition? He said, do you know East versus West? I said, yeah, I have heard that it just started. Engin was doing first event. He said, yeah, that's the first table what they had on the stage. So if you would look up if you will now Google it, the match what Engin Terzi was pulling Artur Makarov, and in one of the matches you will see that they are pulling on this table. So this is the table. Hardline was a sponsor. Its Hardline is on the back, on a poster. Before they sent me, they took off the stickers around the table, and I believe there was some stickers maybe on the table as well. But they said that they couldn't get off the stickers from here because they are really, really good quality, and they left them on. They left them on the pads. So they are still everywhere on here. So he said, if you don't mind to have a competition table, I can send you this one. And this is officially, this is a real super match table because there is no holes for attachment. So there, if you want to attach some kind of pulleys or whatever, you can't put anything through because there is a plate under. There is a center line, which usually is not for the simple tables. There's a big steel, like a ring in the circle, in the center. And the guy who sold me this table, he gave me actually the full list of the people who was pulling on this table. And if I might be wrong, he was mentioning even John Brzenk's name. And he said definitely Hermes Gasparini, Todd Hutchings. I don't have an all list because it was so long time ago, and I lost all the description, my conversation with him. But I can try to find him and ask him again. He gave me about 7 or 8 world-class athletes. Maybe it was even Big Daddy Coderette or someone. We need to take a look back on the events and where the hard line was sponsors, there was this table and they was pulling. I don't think even that the name was East versus West. When Engin just started those events, there maybe even the name was a little bit different. But basically this is table. Definitely the table where was pulling Engin Terzi, Artur Makarov, the fight where he damaged his biceps. So yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you, that I had 5 tables when I was in Turkey, but this one was always so close to me. And imagine, like, I was so far in the shape, or so far actually to be on the world stage, but I already got the equipment which is a world level, and there was pulling such a monsters. And I believe this table is carrying some kind of character, because it's still here in my place. I'm still training only on this table, and all my preparation happening only on this table, and I never haven't changed nothing. There's the same stickers, everything is the same. It's really good quality. It has a big nice steel, these pins. So yeah, this is the story about my table and the story about changes. And I believe that I will have another turning point in my life. And I wish you, all of you, if you feel that something is wrong or something is not going in your life, if you feel that you're stuck in somewhere, just take and make big turn, make a big change, and you will see that you will push yourself to the awkward and maybe uncomfortable position, but it will definitely polish out from you, will squeeze out from you who you actually are, what you are actually capable of. Because I guess, like they say, diamonds being made under the pressure, the same, only under the pressure, under the bad or good circumstances. We are actually really, really smart, and we are really, really interesting kind, but we sometimes would never know what we are capable of if we won't make some changes. And I believe I will, one day I will make another change and maybe move together with my wife. Sorry, there is incoming call. So I believe I will maybe move together with my wife somewhere to the Norway wilderness or Sweden wilderness, where I can hunt for meat and go fishing salmon to fill up the freezer. I really think that would be what would make me happy and would slow down my life, because my life now is so fast. It's so fast, honestly. And I believe that only when you don't have to go outside and be in a mode, which I call get money mode, then the life can be slowed down. I can slow it down, but at the moment I need to put my son on the feet. I still need to push myself forward now. I need to fight a little bit more on an arm wrestling table. I would love to fight a little bit, some maybe 10 years actively to fight, to have some good wins, to go to some good level competition and take out some good level pullers. But I believe that I will have the turning point, one more turning point in my life, where I will change environment, when I will change maybe language, I will change location, and I will push myself to some limits again, to show myself what I'm capable of, where I can build life again. And I'm happy, I'm not afraid to go somewhere and build my life from the zero, because I get the baggage of skills, and I always was trying to add as many skills I can. I never was hiding to take any new job, to any new project, what I haven't done before. So sometimes I understand that I can basically not hire anyone. I can run full project myself with couple guys who are helping me, because I do bathrooms, I do inside, outside. I can build extension, I can build a pool, and all that came in the process of learning, in the process of stress, and actually in the process of mistakes. And but if I wouldn't accept those challenges, then I wouldn't be the person what I am now. So I believe that when you are getting older, you have this backpack full with the stuff that you actually are capable of, and you are getting more and more confident and calm. Because I just told my wife, like, I would be so unhappy if in my 40s, I would need to be worried about tomorrow, worried about what to do tomorrow, how looks my next year. Even sometimes when I haven't planned jobs up front, I'm absolutely calm because I know that my skill set, what I have, will always keep me busy. I can anytime join any kitchen and work as a chef, which I don't want to do. And but yeah, it is what it is. I just wanted to tell you the story about the table. It came out very long. I hope the microphone is working and you're gonna hear me well. Have a good evening, and I can already almost say Happy New Year because it's coming in a couple of days. Yeah, this was a story about the maybe first East versus West fight table. Maybe no, maybe it's just a table where Engin was fighting Artur Makarov, but I know definitely the guy who is working with Engin and training with Engin, he gave me the list of the pullers who was pulling on this table. So we can, together, we can try to find it. But this table is big part of my becoming a strong and heal. And this is, it's really important table for me. So I think I don't ever will let it go. But for you, thanks for listening, and thanks for your time, because this was quite long video. I hope you are doing well.